Everyone, this is Rahul Kashyap from #Homes, and today I am in South Mississauga, especially at the Lakeview Village community, where Caivan is bringing one of their most amazing project that's coming up very, very soon. And today I have a pleasure of sitting down with Ryan from Rare, who's going to give us a little bit of lowdown on this site and what's going to make it really special for all the buyers that's going to buy into this community. So let's start talking with Ryan. Hi, Ryan. Welcome.
Hi, Rahul. Thanks for having me.
So I have a few questions for you today because we have heard a lot of buzz about this site, and we're seeing a lot of people who are showing interest in this. So we're in South Mississauga today, Lakeview Village, and what makes this community so attractive for the buyers?
That's a great question to lead off with. I think what's genuinely unique about Aura is that you're getting ground-oriented townhome living inside what's quickly becoming one of the most important waterfront master plan communities in the entire GTA. That's why townhomes like this really resonate with buyers. You get more privacy, a more home-like feel, and a layout that just works for real life at a price point that competes with, actually often beats the price of a condominium that isn't even really comparable in terms of size. And it definitely beats any other ground-oriented housing stock. So I would say I'd lead off with that. The second piece is the Lakeview Village story. This isn't a random pocket of development. It's a long-term, thoughtfully planned community where the neighborhood itself is the value add. And finally, Aura Homes are designed by Caivan, who are a well-established Ontario home builder with dozens of active communities across the province. And the focus here has really been around creating efficient and highly functional floor plans. So when we talk about Aura, we're not just talking about selling a home. We're selling an entry point into a waterfront community that's being built to become a destination. And that's, to me, why it stands out.
Amazing. And honestly, I think that speaks for itself, right? Like the community that you just mentioned about it and what it's going to cater to the audience is going to be fabulous. My next question would be, who is this project really going to be perfect for?
I really see three main buyer groups that are loving this. The first-time home buyers who are saying, I want more than a condo lifestyle, but the detached homes or the traditional townhomes feel a little bit out of reach from a pricing perspective. Aura is that smart middle ground. It's a real home feel without the higher price tag. We also are trying to appeal to young families and the move-up buyers who want more functional space, want the separation of living and sleeping zones, especially if they have young children. They're looking for a bit more privacy and something that feels like it could grow with them as well. The third group is the right-sizers, people who live in a big house in Etobicoke or Toronto or Mississauga or Oakville. They don't need that giant house anymore. They don't want the maintenance. They don't want their upkeep. Maybe the kids have moved out. But they also don't love the idea of being in a condo tower. They're not ready for that transition. All of that ties back into the investors, right? Creating homes that are catering to end users does create a unique investment opportunity for real estate investors because you have a strong pool of buyers, well-heeled buyers, stable tenant pool. And they're all attracted into this community because of the waterfront and the master plan and all these other elements. And that's why we feel like there's a ton of upside to be had here as well.
And that's amazing because it's kind of leading into my next question, which is basically, why is this site such a great investment opportunity? Because for the past, I would say a couple of years now, we have heard about pre-construction being not the greatest of opportunities to invest into. And it's a reality. Now, when this site is coming out, and like you mentioned, like it's catered towards end users with an opportunity for investors as well. What really makes it as a standout product compared to anything else that's in the market, especially in the South Mississauga of Lakeview Village community?
Yeah. My personal test to ask myself if I think there's a good investment potential in any community that we market is to ask myself, can my parents live here? Can my wife and I live here? Or can my kids live here? If one of those, or ideally even more than one of those groups can live in there, that's an investment. That's a real estate vehicle that I'd be happy owning. And I think that's exactly the kind of buying decision that makes sense over time. Because if I know people who would want to use it personally, it's probably a good sign. If I'm buying real estate and I don't know anyone that has a use for it, probably not a good sign. So to me, that's the litmus test there.
All right, guys. So there you have it. You heard it from Ryan himself, what he thinks about Aura by Caivan. It's an amazing opportunity that's coming in South Mississauga, right at the Lakeview Village community. And if you guys are looking to get day one party access, you know what you have to do. Get in touch with Team #Homes, and we'll make sure we secure you the unit on the day one pricing, and you don't want to miss on the amazing incentives that are going to be launched as well. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys soon.